Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th episode of Honzuki no Gekokujou. And last episode, things definitely moved forward. You know, we went to this new place, we learned more lore, we found a library that's gonna do whatever we got to make sure we get to be a part of that. And she's, you know, paying, bribing for it, you know? So things are certainly happening now, that's for sure. So it'll be interesting to see just what happens in this episode, so let's find out. 3, 2, 1, cut. Yes, when she could hardly contain the laughter. I would totally put chains on my books to protect them. But I can't really because the ones I care about are virtual. And certainly not safe for children to read. Okay, I can get rid of the top now. I only need it up there for the beginning because it's always up top for whatever reason. It's been a long journey, but mine has finally found the books. It does seem like there is going to be a second season to it, like I did see that entry on MyAnimeLIst, which is good. Because there's clearly more story to tell, you know? But still, we do have a couple episodes left, I believe. This one's 13, and it's also 14, which I think is also out as well. So... Chapter 13, The Choice to be an Apprenticed Priestess. I found a library. Yes, that. No, why would you think that? Said nobody ever. That's her opinion. Yeah, that's all you need to hear. Yeah, that was kind of an important part. You don't understand, though, the books. Yeah, I mean, what more do we need to hear? Definitely. Definitely. Got something I need to talk about, though. So what do you think of that? There's certainly worse options, but it doesn't seem positive so far. Do I have to? He apparently does not like the idea. But you don't understand, they have books. Okay, right. But what about the bribery? Orphans couldn't do that. Well, that puts a bit of a damper on things. But that doesn't change the fact that they have a library. That's all there is to it, really, so... You can't just say that. Well, when you put it like that... yeah, nobody told me that part. Maybe we should rethink this mine. You're really just crushing her hopes and dreams here, aren't you? She did do that not too long ago. But... yeah, it might be a bit of a deal breaker. Aw. Of course. But do we get our gold back? Yes, or, you know... Oto. Yeah... Well then, what do we do now? Yeah, now I have a family I care about, so I guess things are a bit different. But, you know, books. What do we do now? Of course, she always looks like that. I'm sure he will. But still, she still has to meet that one priest, so... you know, and get some kind of working relationship going. Yeah, we know you. Mine, just be on your best behavior. And there he is. Hello? Yes. So yeah, so he's the head priest. Okay, so this could be a very interesting meeting here. Can I read them instead? Yeah, I kind of came here to give you guys bad news. I kind of want to leave. Yes, of course. That's how it goes. He's like, you're 2 feet tall, can you even read? Not really, I just want to read, I don't care the contents. This is very holy, and do not touch the holy book. You can look, but don't touch. Oh, but he can touch you. That's how it works. Oh, it looks like a hard book, too. Like, difficult, not... you know. Finally, a book is in front of her. So much is built up to this moment. I guess so. That's how it would go. She's a smart cookie. Mine is always worth your time. Question is, are you worth her time? Didn't get very far. Does the head priest even have a name? Because I kind of want something to really call him. They were not fans of the idea, if I'm being honest. Not much middle ground. Right. I mean, she's really neither, though, so. Those are just extra Moab points, though. You nailed it. How are they gonna react to that? Yeah, he definitely has some thoughts on that. Oh, do we have something to help? Maybe like relics to sacrifice to heal her? No time for jokes, sir. This is serious business. Oh, wow, that looks expensive. I couldn't touch the book, but I can touch this thing. It looks like it costs the same as a mansion. Or a castle. It's not gonna swallow me up, is it? Oh no, am I in trouble? Maybe I shouldn't have told them about the devouring. Well, I think she's now officially piqued the head priest's interest. Lutsu, I touched a magical, expensive vase thingy and I think I'm in trouble now. Help me. No, I did exactly what I was told to. Just things got out of hand. So, what are they thinking, though, I'm wondering? Yes. Has it? I think it has, actually. I literally did nothing wrong. Didn't we end our business relationship? I don't remember. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff. He's so mean. Yeah, they clearly look down on the profession. Yeah, there's probably not a lot of them. I really didn't. Okay, so definite separation there. It's a good point, actually. Yeah. Now I feel like I have the full picture finally of that. Like, sure, 10% could do it too, but they're treated a little bit differently. So, makes sense. Yeah, they want her. Doesn't everyone? Like, literally everyone. Is she? I don't think that's true. That's terrible luck. She's so tiny sitting on that chair. Oh, damn. That's eventful. Dumped in the church. Let's roll the version of the wall. A bit. Well, I figured that much when it glowed. Blue makes sense. Oh, they want it for our magic. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense now. Well, Devour means you have a lot of mana they want to suck up and use, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we know all this already, right? Pretty sure we knew this. I could have sworn we knew all that. Did she just forget and did nobody tell her? They just want you for your mana, that's really what it comes down to. That's not a bad arrangement. Leave mine alone, random bad nobles. Sounds about right. That's a line. I'm sure Lutz would be okay with it. I know, right? She is just so... She makes people worry. That's what she does. I keep reading it as main studio, but it's mine studio. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do this, gotta be prepared. Don't want to get exploited anymore. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, actually. Getting pretty worked up about this. Yeah. I almost sneezed there, didn't quite. I can believe that. Oh. It's nice to see people caring about mine. Yes, you know, we care about you too, Beto. Don't go sulking in the corner just yet. Yeah, Contact Magic Guild, yeah, I think I got most of this. It's hard to keep track of what mine's doing at any given time, but I try. I gave you a pound cake, what more do you want from me, girl? Surprised you can see over that thing. Ooh, food. Frida, you need more screen time. Well, she seems happy. She's a lot like mine, not exactly, but there's a lot of similarities. Oh god, that pouty face was perfect, mine. No counter argument, just the pouty face. More hand holding. Well, it seems like the way to go. I mean, there were some ups and downs in this decision, but I guess where we're going. Yeah, if you have something to say, just say it. Well, I guess up to you, I guess. He's not wrong. I mean, life plans change. I think when you're like 7 years old, you have the right to change your mind on life things. Before I found another library. I do feel a little bit bad for Lutz, though. Yeah, we could still make books at some point, you know? Mine's ambition. Yeah, it's not like I can replace with you or anything. Just so don't worry. It's all daijoubu. Don't even worry about it. But you will always be the most important. Yeah. Most people won't just, you know, do whatever mind tells them, like Lutz. Naturally. You don't know how lucky you are, Lutz, I'll tell you that. And then it's over. Like I said, I think I already have episode 14. So I could theoretically watch it right now, but probably won't. Probably like do it tomorrow or something. You know, this episode we actually got mine talking to the head priest, you know? Sitting on his lap, reading the book. It finally feels like we're this close to, like, episode 1 stuff. Actually, I might go back to episode 1, and, like, right after this is over, just to kind of refresh myself on what we did see. All I really remember was mine laying on the couch or whatever, and him doing something with some item to look into our memories or something. So I kind of want to do that. Like, something I keep planning on doing, but I kept forgetting, so might just do that now. Conclusions. What are you doing? Yeah, thank you for asking. I don't think the fighting's that physical and literal. Never change mine. Yeah, you're sickly, you shouldn't really be doing that. Other things may change us, but we start and end with the family. Wow, that one even had like a quote. That was really good. Okay, well, that was the 13th episode of Honzuki no Gekokujou. And this episode, you know, it was time to tell the family what we had decided. Like, hey, Mom and Dad, I found this place and I'm going to become a priestess because it got this cool library. And if I join it, maybe I'll get to go read the books and get past that invisible force field. You know, it'll be great. Like, isn't that a great idea? Father's like, no. It's a terrible idea. Only filthy, disgusting orphans would ever go there. No daughter of mine's going to be taken by that horrible church. That's more or less what he said. So, yeah, he wasn't a big fan of the idea. That was a pretty hard stop. However, of course, that wouldn't be the end of it because, yeah, we we know that she gets affiliated with the head priest and somehow. So, you know, I kind of figured that wouldn't be the end of it. There would be more discussions and working things out. But through that, we got his perspective on it, you know, which is obviously not the only perspective. So she did go back there. Is that the next thing she did, though? Well, we had mine in bed for a bit. But yeah, she went there again, and that's when she got to look at the book and learn new words like, you know, the goddess of light and the goddess of darkness, you know, the important stuff. You know, very common vocabulary there for sure. Just looks so happy there. And since he does have the same, not exactly the same, but similar colored hair as her, he really could be mistaken as her father, so, you know, it kind of did look like that. Good thing her actual father wasn't there to see that. He might be a bit jealous. See, and then, yeah, the other priest walks in. And that's when we talk about the situation. She said, they yelled at me, saying becoming a priestess is for orphans. And they both had a bit of a reaction to that. Like, like, how dare they? Like, that's their opinion. It's not like that at all. That's kind of the look that they gave. And this is when we got their perspective on it. He basically says it's not only for orphans, but nobles as well. So, at this point, you know, we got two different perspectives, so it was kind of, I mean, for a regular child, it's not really easy to kind of balance those two perspectives to get to a bit more of an accurate opinion on something. But it helped a lot once we got like a third opinion, you know, from Benno. Then that's when I got a full grasp of the situation. Because, you know, he says there's nobles as well, which is technically true. What he doesn't tell them is that they're treated a little bit differently than the orphans. You know, they have kind of different colored outfits, different level of importance and authority, so it's a little bit disingenuous to say, yeah, we have nobles as well, it's not just orphans, so yeah, good thing we got a bit more information on that. So, and then she told them about the devouring, which they definitely had a strong reaction about that one. So, and she doesn't seem to understand much about the devouring, because I could have swore we had gotten a bit of an info dump on what it was before, that it was like mana, too much mana commoners don't usually have, and the body can't take it, and the relics and stuff kind of suck some of it out to give them more time. Like, I thought we understood that, but going by Mind's reactions to that one discussion, it seemed like she didn't, like, know or fully grasp that, so I'm not sure. I think I'm confused about something. But it's not a big deal. She touched the grail, which looked just ridiculously expensive. Like, I don't think I could touch it. I would be too worried about breaking it and then have to spend the rest of my life paying for it, you know, or in high school host club style. And yeah, like, what happened when she touched it? I think it was just a bit of a glow, right? Let's see. Yeah, it was a very faint glow, but definitely did glow. So, clearly a magical item. And it seems like they want mine because of the, well, of the devouring, obviously, because I guess they can make use of the mana. And if that's the case, then that's pretty perfect situation, right? Like a bit of a symbiotic relationship, I guess you'd call it, if I'm understanding that all that correctly. Because Benno went all this detail about, you know, the past and the coup and all that stuff. So, they need mine. Don't tell me all. See what else is there. I mean, yeah, we just discussed what we were doing about the guild and all that stuff. You know, basically, we want to have preparations before we go into this negotiation because we do want to kind of prevent Mind from getting taken advantage of, which has always been kind of a risk because of how young she is, unfamiliar with this world she is, not so business savvy she is. Benno does kind of worry a bit because he does borderline see her as a daughter or, you know, whatever he said. So he is trying to look out for her in his own way, which is nice. Of course, Lutz is always going to be by her side and help her as best he can, so... We had a little bit of chat with Frida, who's still trying to, you know, do her thing with mine. You know, because, like I said, everybody wants mine. It's really what it comes down to. It's not an exaggeration. Everybody wants something from her. You know, some just want to hold her hand. And yeah, we did have Lutz basically open up to her about what's on his mind. But yeah, just because she's doing this now doesn't really change anything too much. Like, you can still do stuff together, you know? Like, there's still plenty of time. Like I said, you guys are very young. You use plenty of time to make books, you know? Assuming, you know, the devouring doesn't devour her, of course, but like I said, I'm sure we'll get past that, you know, especially if we're joined up with the church and they have the means to kind of help deal with that, which it seems like they do. So it should all be fine. And that's what we ended off on. So, like I said, I do want to go back to episode 1 real quick, because, you know, it's been a while since I've seen it. So yeah, looks like the very beginning of episode 1, we already had her in the, you know, in his office or whatever. Which I think we've seen since then. He gives her a red beverage, you know, wine or something. And her hair is actually quite long there. Is her hair that long? I don't think her hair is quite that long in the rest of the series. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna go back and check, but she drank it. And yeah, then she wore a fancy tiara, which, you know, does kind of look like it has a similar sort of gem as the chalice. He does say it's a magical item, and it even, like, kind of shrinks to fit on her head, so it shouldn't fall off. She asks about what it's going to be doing, and then, you know, as she's asking it, she just kind of falls asleep. So, yeah, that's the implications of such an item. He dropped the thingy. Mine's the only one who uses this to tie her hair. Yeah, so that was the... you know, the hairpin that, you know, that she uses later on. She's brought us all sorts of creations. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense after watching more of the show. But the most surprising thing is her passion for books. Yes, that is... yeah, and then you even see the little bit of her sitting on his lap. So, yeah, this might not be too long after that. And we have a picture here which holds a bunch of cards or something and a little book. Yeah, she treasures literature and even wrote some picture books for children. So, yeah, clearly doing more stuff. Her obsession is clearly abnormal. What does go through that head of yours? So yeah, straight up looking through her head, and he wears one as well. Yeah, basically looking into the past. So what does he see, though? Like, does it show anything of what he sees here, or does it... well, that's when it transitions into actual, you know, when she got isekai, it looks like. So yeah, basically the whole show is kind of framed as him looking through her mind, basically. Yeah, I think I kind of forgot that a little bit. Like, half forgot that. So, yeah, it seems like we are getting very close to catching up to that, though. Like, I think there's a couple things we haven't done yet. Like, he mentioned something about picture books that I don't think she's done, so... I think we're pretty close. We might get there pretty soon. But anyway, I just wanted to peek at it, the little beginning of episode 1 real quick. And it definitely feels a lot different after having seen as much of the show as we've seen. And that show's almost over. Episode 14, the last one, but then there should be a second season, so plenty more of mine to experience, and that's certainly something to look forward to. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.